Alright, so for my fourth game I'm going against Beard, who's playing a Bant deck, but unlike mine, he is also playing the colorless Eldrazi creatures, so effectively 4 colors, supported by the Sylvan Rangers and the 4 copies of Explosive Vegetation and only 2 copies of Evolving Wilds. Not sure why. Aside from that, he has a large collection of efficient and powerful creatures. He has a Cultivator to provide additional mana ramp. He has Jace, but not many spells to flashback actually. And then he has this big Eldrazi, Altered Ego, which is interesting. Certainly very very good in this matchup because both players are gonna play big creatures. Reflector Mage, Tireless Tracker, and 3 copies of Spell Shrivel, which is something to keep in mind. Just 3 removal spells and 2 planeswalkers. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so game 1. So I see a hand which has only 2 lands, no 2 drop, no blue mana. However, 2 copies of Declaration in Stone seem pretty important in this matchup. So I decided to keep because of that, although maybe it was better to mulligan. It was not an obvious keep, of course. Anyways, yeah, I don't draw any 2 drop, so I don't have anything to do on turn 2. And I was on the draw, so a very slow start. On turn 3, I have to play my tracker without also having a land drop, so if my opponent kills it or exiles it, I will not get any card advantage. Well, that's not true because he's gonna either use a Declaration in Stone or Angelic Purge to do that, so either way I'm gonna get some kind of a card advantage. Anyways, he didn't kill it, so I get to play my Wanderer for 5 mana, as a 5/5 because I do my mountain, luckily. Still missing blue mana. He plays Reflector Mage, which is very powerful. I cannot replay my Wanderer now. I will get rid of the opposing Tireless Tracker as quickly as possible because it looks like this game can go longer and can become, it can be decided by card advantage. So I'm gonna play Declaration in Stone, then attack, and I will crack my clue to make my tracker bigger. So yeah, and this play was not good for me because I should have. First of all, I should not have played my land before cracking my clue because if I draw a fetch an Evolving Wilds or a land that comes to play tapped, I want to play that one. I was thinking I might draw my 1-drop, but I had the forest in my hand, so I had the option of just playing a forest and playing my 1-drop anyways. But also I had no reason not to crack my clue before attacking. I mean, my opponent is not stupid. He's not gonna block with his 2/3 without realizing that my creature is actually a bit bigger than it looks. Anyways, another Reflector Mage is pretty strong. I'm just gonna play the Bellower because I cannot play Nissa plus Tracker because Tracker has been reflected. I'm just gonna get another Tracker through my Bellower, which is a nice way of getting around the Reflector Mage. I managed to get a Tracker in play anyways, even though it was just bounced by Reflector Mage. Here comes the Ulvenwald Hydra, which is his biggest creature, and one of the reasons why Declaration in Stone is so good. Even though he's still gonna get a lot of card advantage from it. He gets a land and a clue. Anyways, it's time to play. I cannot play Nissa in Tracker and Declaration in Stone all in the same turn. So, and I want to crack my clue to make my 2 trackers bigger. So I'm gonna play my untapped land and exile the giant monster and attack for 10. And yeah, 2 Tireless Trackers in play at the same time are really powerful. You get double pump and double clue, 2 mana to draw a card and put 2 +1/+1 counters on your creatures is really broken. Anyways, yeah, my opponent is really behind, both on board and in terms of card advantage. And he just concedes. He has no answer in his hand to what I have. So in game 2, I'm on the play and I have a much better hand compared to what I had before. I have all of my colors, I have 3 lands, I have a 2-drop, and I still have my Declaration Stone and the Woodland Wanderer and also an Avacyn. So as long as I find something to play on turn 3, this is gonna be really strong. My opponent plays a Jace, so I have something to do on turn 3 now. Even though Jace is not that great in his deck, he's still very good. I mean, just the card selection is gonna be really strong. So I exile it and attack for 2, and I play my Evolving Wilds instead of the Canopy Vista because I want to fetch my second basic before I play Canopy Vista, so it will come into play untapped. And I will be able to play my Woodland Wanderer as a 6/6 if I fetch a mountain, so I'm gonna do that. Although my opponent is leaving up counterspell mana, 3 copies of Spell Shrivel, as I just said. So I think it's wise here to play around it. So I'm just gonna attack, see if something happens during attackers. But no, I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna play Avacyn, which conveniently costs 4 mana. I could play it now in response to the clue being cracked, so that I guarantee Avacyn resolving, but I think it's actually better to resolve a Woodland Wanderer, so I'm gonna let my opponent counter Avacyn if he wants. He plays a Reflector Mage, so I'm gonna wait for the Reflector Mage to target my creature and then play Avacyn before I lose the mana cost bonus. Also, I don't want to give my opponent the option of targeting Avacyn, so... And yeah, here I'm just gonna attack and play the Wanderer. I could replay the Duskwood Recruiter, by the way, because when it was bounced, it had a different name. So, anyways, I clearly want to play the Wanderer here. Okay, here comes Thought-Knot Seer. Certainly one of the main advantages that his deck has over mine is that, well, Thought-Knot Seer is a very powerful creature. So he took the Bellower, which I couldn't cast, so I'm missing 2 mana. Oh, I don't know if that was the right choice. Here I'm not gonna play the second Woodland Wanderer because I'm playing around Declaration Stone. And I think that the tracker is a very comparable play, especially given that I have the fetch land to play immediately. So, and yeah, he concedes again. He didn't find something to deal with my creatures. My flying creature was going to attack him and kill him in a couple of turns, and yeah, that's it. Very fast game.